And here's the book. It's called Earthing. The author's name is Clint Ober. It's also, there's a cardiologist on here by the name of Steven Sinatra. So what's the deal with earthing? Basically, it's having your feet touch the ground. And it's kind of inconvenient to have your feet touch the ground. So you can get a mat and you can connect it to the grounding extra third hole on your plug. The electrical plug that comes out of the wall. This picture right here is the Tour de France team, United States. And they would ground their bicyclists, after a long day of riding the Tour de France. It's like running 2 marathons. And they claim it speeded up their healing. The book claims that for a lot of people, it really improves their sleep. And I didn't know if it was BS or not. They show a way you can test it with a little electric meter. I've been doing it. I'll show you what I've been doing. I bought this product here. It's called grounding products. There's a whole bunch of them. It's something made in China or something. I didn't spend that much time trying to look around and figure it out. I just quickly bought it off Amazon. There's different brands or something. I don't know about any difference between the brands. You can put the thing onto the floor. That's what I do. I have it underneath my desk right now. I don't want to touch it. It's kind of disgusting for my feet, but that's all there is to it. It's a little mat like this that you just put on the ground, and the little metal thing you connect to, that's where you connect the grounding wire to that. And then I'm barefoot. I'll show you my barefoot here. I'm barefoot underneath my desk. Normally I would have socks on because it's kind of cold to be barefoot, but I turn the heat up. I don't care what the other people home say. My wife's not even home because she don't want to be talking to me, so she's like avoiding me for a couple of months. We talked about that before. So anyways, this is all it takes. What did it cost me? I think it cost me about $40. And so I haven't been able to I didn't buy the electric tester to know for sure if I'm getting the current, but I do know this. I'm sleeping better than I have in a long time. So it does seem to me, this is not objective, it's just subject, but I'm telling you, it does seem to me to be really improving my sleep. I sort of hit the bed like a rock, and I usually hit the bed and go to sleep like a rock, but I sleep better through the night. I wake less. So I like that. Okay, let's see what else I got here. Oh, here's the guy. This is the guy, Clint Ober, and he was sort of a cable electric guy. He got into the cable business at a good time real early, like around 1970 or something like that. And he found that he had some health problems himself, and he knew that he grounded his wires for inserting the cable for cable TV. And then he found that for himself, when he slept with a grounding pad, he was making progress in his healing. Okay, and then this is the cover of the book. Clint Ober is this guy right here. Steve Sinatra is a cardiologist. This guy, Martin Zucker, helped write the book. Forward by another guy who did some research on it. I'll show you some other things a little bit interesting about it. Okay, here would be an example of the grounding pads connected to the feet, and then this wire is going to go to the wall, and it's going to be connected to the third little hole in the electric socket from the wall, and that's the grounding thing. So, I'd just buy a mat and put my feet on top of it. Let's see if there's a bigger picture. There's not a great picture on here, but you just have a mat. I have one on the ground. The mat looks pretty much like a giant mouse pad, okay? It looks like this, something like this. And then there's just a little electrical metal piece on the one part of it that goes into the mat from your ground wire. Yeah, and all I can tell you is I didn't sleep good a couple of nights before. I use this thing, I sleep good. I don't use it, I don't sleep as good. I use it, I sleep better. I mean, I sleep okay always anyways, but it seems to be helping, so I am liking it, and I'm doing it routinely for now. Eventually, I'll try to get the electric meter and test it. That would be better. That would be more objective and definitive. I sort of figure you don't lose anything. It cost me $40, whoop-de-doo. Here is a example of improving blood viscosity. So here's before the grounding in this one experiment. I think this was done by Sinatra, the cardiologist. And you have to remember, too, there is potential for bias here. Sinatra, the cardiologist, also promotes it. He's a co-author on the book, okay? He said he promotes it because he believes in it now. So, I realize there's a chance that some of this could be bogus. But all I know is I'm sleeping better for $40. It's working. It's pretty easy to do. So here would be the red blood cells initially clumping together, aggregating like a stack of coins, rouleau formation, the French word. Okay, and after the grounding, they claim the RBCs are separating. So then you'd ask yourself, well, what's the mechanism of that? And we know that red blood cells have a zeta potential, meaning they have a negative charge on their outer surface. So when what's thought to be the mechanism is that the Earth the earth ground has a negative charge to it, electrons. And your feet then, when they touch the ground, they're relatively positive. Some electrons come into your body from the earth, and that it's a natural thing. And that they travel throughout your body to some extent, it is thought. And they help neutralize free radicals. Free radicals are molecules that have an unpaired electron in their outer orbital. They want to complete the octet outer orbital, for example, such that when they receive an electron from grounding, it neutralizes them. So it basically helps your antioxidant system to neutralize these free radicals more rapidly, more effectively. And that lowers inflammation and it makes us feel better. It is also thought that it kind of shifts us into parasympathetic autonomic nervous system. So basically you got PANS and SANS. PANS is the break for relaxation. The mnemonic for PANS is rest and digest, feed and breathe. SANS is fight or flight. Okay, so this helps push you into a parasympathetic mood, which is a good thing, and you tend to sleep better. That's a good thing, and it tends to lower your blood viscosity, making it less prone to clotting. That's what you want. The red blood cells flow more independently of each other, which should facilitate improved oxygen delivery. There's some interesting little quote here. Here's a little quote in the book. This is by the Hungarian biochemist Albert Svent Georgi. He's the guy who discovered vitamin C. He said, life is too rapid and subtle to be explained by slow-moving chemical reactions and nerve impulses. I don't know about nerve impulses. They're pretty fast. The proteins are the stage upon which the drama of life unfolds, and the actors can be none other than the small and highly mobile units such as electrons and protons. So, yeah, they can move around pretty fast. One definition of a toxin is that it steals electrons, okay, an electrophile. He jokingly calls it vitamin G, G for the ground. You can make vitamin S for the sun. And I previously made a video about how nice it is. There's probably, it's about as good a feeling as it gets in life to be walking out in the beach in the sunshine on the sand, barefoot with someone you love, your family. That's a nice feeling. You get in the sunshine, which releases nitric oxide precursors, vasodilators from your subcutaneous tissues. That makes you feel good. It's probably the main thing. Your feet feel good on the sand, partly because it's warm, partly because there's not a bunch of creepy crawlies in the sand, and I guess because of the grounding as well. And there's other positives to it as well besides the vitamin D. That lady, Stephanie Seneff, the one who writes about GP all the time, she believes that what's happening with grounding is, yes, these electrons are coming up to restore your zeta potential, that they have a beneficial effect on your endothelial glycocalyx, your RBC glycocalyx. She even thinks they help your sulfates and your glycocalyx to have the proper charges on them. So I haven't read her paper recently on that subject, but I do remember her saying something about it, and that's the kind of thing that she would be interested in. She was very interested in all the biochemistry of glycocalyx sulfates. Okay, so the bottom line is I don't have proof that it works, but I do have some pretty good subjective evidence to seem that it helps. Of course, they exaggerate when they promote it, but I can just tell you I'm sleeping better, and I like that. So I'm going to keep doing it for now. Eventually, I'll look into getting an electric tester for it. Okay, I hope that was helpful to you.